Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. Before I forget, we need to equip these. Alright.
Ask nicely.
The goddess protects us.
I'll take care of it.
My will is resolute.
Oh, whoa, 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 buddy.
Shellen guides me.
Cast it right here.
I am never wrong.
I will help where I can.
Alright, we'll quick save and then approach. A figure in a loose hooded robe stands facing away from you, hands raised in the air. I've given you the gift of strength. Arise and fight in the name of Discari, of Baphomet, of whomever you please. I command you, defend my laboratory. Fools. Feckless, useless morons. I'm surrounded by idiots. What have I done to deserve this? What crime have I committed that the universe would punish me so? Wolge's whisper is tinged with admiration. He's got a sharp tongue on him. I'd give my old Gran a run for her money. I don't like this one. He reminds me of the bladesmith who tortured me. He was an arrogant swine too. But he never berated and yelled at folk. No, he spoke so softly, so deliberately, every word dripping with venom. Xanthir the Plagued One, you're the one who has been imbuing demons with powers never before seen in Galarian. I have come to stop you. The figure in the hooded robe slowly turns around. Its face and hands are a writhing mass of locusts. If you listen closely, you'd hear the rhythmic rasping of little feet and wings rubbing against each other. It is a nickname, the Plagued One. My students coined it, as a way of showing their respect. I abhor it. You must know this and be trying to rile me, or you're an ignorant blatherskite flapping his gums. Xanthir falls silent momentarily, and the rustling of the locusts under the cloak becomes even more prominent. Whichever it is, he can claim no superiority over my useless minions and the demons that inhabit my sanctum. I despise my idiot students who cannot even take a single step without an order from me. I despise demons, self-satisfied imbeciles who prefer to tear hunks of flesh from each other and to carry out my instructions. I despise Discari and Baphomet for forcing me to work with them. The chirping of the locust grows louder, sounding threatening. I despise you, Vandal. You come into my laboratory, smashing up my specimens and interfering with my work. Away with you. Get out. Now.
This will be quick.
Be gone,
I
fiend!
don't think so, buddy. We're gonna do one of these. And one of these. And one of these.
Don't hold back. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Fall! I will bring down the divine wrath!
Strike.
You won't survive me.
endure this!
Defeated, Xanthir drops to his knees. For a few drawn-out seconds, all I can hear is the rustling of the locust shifting under his robe, the sound suddenly morphing into rasping, unnatural laughter. Who could have predicted that a Vandal, my enemy and the enemy of my masters, would be the one to rid me of my excruciating servitude? You're an unforeseen, unknown quantity that has solved the impossible equation. Such an elegantly simple solution to all my problems. The eerie laughter dies away as quickly as it came. Xanthir lifts his head and looks out at you from his locust swarm face. You have earned a reward. I know why you're here and what you seek. You destroyed my laboratory, stood in the way of science, and halted my demon transformation experiments. But I doubt you know the source of the Nahindran crystals necessary for the process. I'll show you the path to the truth, Vandal. But first, you must answer 2 of my questions. But why are you so sure that I don't have that information already? Doubting my intellect is a foolish move. If you already knew the truth, you'd have directed your efforts to destroying my supply routes, not breaking into my laboratory. But why do you think I'll believe you? Because it's a logical thing to do. What motive do I have for concealing information that you will inevitably learn from the notes scattered around my laboratory? Xanthir falls silent for a moment. Furthermore, I'd very much like to see your face as enlightenment dawns. Ask your questions. Name the location of my laboratory before I was forced to relocate to the inhospitable Ivory Sanctum. So we have learned that that was Dresden. Correct. Did you know that? Or did you simply guess? It's of no consequence either way. And now answer me this. Why was my laboratory located there specifically? Why was Dresden chosen for my residence in the World Wound? That's where the Nahindran crystals were being sent. Oh, that sweet moment of insight. The moment when the final layers shrouding the mystery suddenly fall away. The locust beneath Xanthir's hood chirruped derisively. I have been acquiring and continue to acquire Nahindran crystals from the rift in the Midnight Fane, a shrine located deep below Dresden. The entrance to it is located right in the heart of the city. It is sealed by a barrier created by Aurelia Vorlesh herself, and later disguised with the symbol of your own precious Iomedae. Xanthir steels himself and slowly stands. What is it like to realize that the enemy has all this time been concealed in the bowels of your very own fortress? Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. Now, let us finish this, Vandal. End my existence, and free me from the burden of carrying out the orders of idiot masters and defending my eyes with the sight of their feckless followers. Midnight Fane. What is it, and how have the demons managed to hide it from me? Your naivety is worth lingering in this world. A surprising, incomprehensible phenomenon. I regret that I'll not be able to study it under laboratory conditions. Chittering laughter emerges from beneath Xanthir's hood. Deep below Dresden, where the power of the Sword of Valor cannot reach, there is a place where the Abyss and the material plane meet. It is where Lady Aurilu opened one of her rifts, creating a direct route to the Abyss. That is where the Nahindran crystals are coming from. The rifts lead to... I suppose I don't want to spoil the surprise, Vandal. You do so love surprises after all. Why didn't the demons attack Dresden from the inside, given that they had access? Such an attack will reveal the secret of the Midnight Fane to the Crusaders. It has no right to fail. Unfortunately, he pressed Arzon so much during the battle for Dresden that he lost all courage. I'm sure you meet him in the Fane, aggrandizing himself at the expense of whoever happens to be around. What a laughingstock. However, sooner or later he will certainly try to attack Dresden from the inside. He is more afraid of Discari than you. What are Nahindran crystals? Special keys that can, with a proper handling and after a tedious ritual, awaken mythic powers in a demon. The process was discovered and developed by the great Aurelia Vorlesh, my mentor. She calls it transformation. Those that have undergone it are called mythic demons, for their powers truly deserve to be glorified in myth. Are you that eager to die? Why should I even answer your questions? Why stave off my final transition into blissful oblivion? Xanthir cocks his head to one side. I won't answer you, but only out of my own curiosity. I want to see what intrigues a lowly creature such as yourself. Have you seen my underlings, my so-called students? What, I ask you, can they hope to learn from me? Buffoons, that's what they are. A pathetic parody of scholarly devotion. They hear my words, but they do not understand them. Mindless fanatics and cultists. Idiots besieging me with their endless questions. Killing them is pointless. I cannot banish them or use them as test subjects, because as soon as one dies, two more sprout in their place. Xanthir's voice is drowned out by the locust's furious churring. And the demons I am forced to work with, they are unable to fulfill even the simplest of instructions. All their tiny minds can think about is how to chew one another to pieces. Darazan, Minago, Jerebeth, they all started plotting against me as soon as I took up my post. How am I to work under these conditions? I am surrounded by utter morons. My only ambition has been to study the sciences, to discover secret truths, but instead I've been obliged to manage a herd of brainless animals. I found myself at a dead end. I cannot abandon everything and leave. I will only be exchanging life in this unbearable place for life among nameless ruins, constantly aware that my former masters could find me and exact retribution. I could hardly continue my work without my laboratory. Xanthir grows quiet for a moment. You've given me a way out, Vandal. A place where only peace awaits me. Where I will have no students or masters. Death. I am tired. You rail against your allies and stupid students. You're the one who chose to work with them, aren't you? Why? Are there really so few forces in the world you could have aligned yourself with? Balderdash. Although there is a modicum of logic in your analysis. A narcissistic mania for self-aggrandizement achieved by placing myself and Emilu doomed to failure. Perhaps there is even a subconscious desire to be in constant tension. If I were planning to continue my existence, I'd add this idea to the list of interesting topics for rumination. Who are you, Xanthir Vang? Xanthir makes a sound that is not unlike a sigh. I am a higher being. I surpassed my mortal shell, discarded it, transformed myself like a larva becoming a locust. My loyal service to the dark arts has not gone unrewarded. Lords Baphomet and Discari both gave me their consideration. I earn respect on this side of the world wound. The only person whose respect I have not won is my mentor, the Rilu Vorlesh. That is all that is permissible for you to know. I want to know more. How did you achieve this state?
There's something here.
I won't be telling you anything. I did not spend years conducting research, carrying out experiments, and studying forbidden texts just to give it all away to some vandal. The sacrifices I've made, the impossible truths my mind has had to encompass. Discari's philosophy, Baphomet's sophistry, Ereshkigal's riddles, the nebulous ravings of lesser-known demons such as Azagnia. You've probably never even heard of these names before. It's enough that you have managed to get your hands on my notes. They say there is no king's road to knowledge, but for vandals there isn't so much as a dirt track. If you want to achieve what I have, then follow the path that I had to take. Every single step. Sela frowns. What's with all the questions? I already know enough about this freak to destroy him once and for all. The best thing for everyone is if the knowledge of how he became to be like that dies with him. What's it like being a swarm? It is impossible to explain to someone who has not made the same exalted journey. Endless bliss, endless splendor, endless solitude. Among the lower creatures, there is no one who can understand me now. But what do you know about Arilu Vorlesh? She is my mentor, although she's never given me the slightest recognition. It was she who invented the method for transforming demons using the Nahindrian crystals. Admiration, envy, and hurt all vie for dominance in Xanthir's voice. She's the best of all humans and demons, a true scientist, pioneer, architect of the world wound. It is ironic that both of the Abyss's finest scientific minds were once mortals, isn't it? What can you tell me about Jerabeth? A troublesome gnat who thinks herself the queen of this dung heap. She hates me for usurping her in the sanctum, but she doesn't dare go against the orders of Baphomet and his daughter Hepzibah. Jerabeth is a known quantity, and a negligible one at that. Kill Xanthir. I'll put an end to your existence. Farewell, Vandal. I'd thank you if I hated you any less than my master. May Baphomet and Discari burn, and may you burn with them.
Cover me, alright?
Guide my blade!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Whoops. I've read that book before. My small key. The small polished key looks almost new. It hasn't seen much use. I have been a vast intelligence +6, should be an upgrade for Woljif. A lot of his Sword Saint abilities scale off intelligence.
I'm gone.
And an old grimoire. This old grimoire grants its owner 3 slots for 1-level spells, 2 slots for 2-level spells, and 2 slots for 3-level spells for the wearer's spellcasting class with the highest caster level. Xanthir Vang's notes. A hefty notebook and a thick leather cover, every inch of which has been nibbled on by insects. There are dark streaks of dried blood on the binding. Documented inside, in small precise handwriting, are the experiments of Xanthir Vang. The records mostly describe complex magical processes, the deciphering of which would take several days at least. But there are scattered passages written in less esoteric language. Telepathy, a dead end. I need a way to control the insects directly, with my will alone, bypassing conscious thought entirely. Parasitism, symbiosis. Test subject's skin is gradually ingested, replaced by the swarm. Result, failure. How do I stop them from eating through tissue? What is flesh? What is a body part? Honey larvae and the fatty tissues under the effect of indecipherable. Test subjects report pain when the hatching insects pierce through. The next step is to test it on myself. Gradual amputation of the left hand. Phalanx by phalanx. Focus on phantom pains. Success. The locusts take the form of fingers. Only half of the 4th and all of the 5th finger for now. The locusts are still not completely responsive to my will, but enough to be able to write this with my new hands. The next problem, the brain. Disperse cognition. Removing consciousness to the astral plane. The test subject retains awareness when locusts replace up to 2/3 of the brain. Trepanation, success, vision, unusual effect. Extremely itchy scalp. We also learned something from that. This book grants a +1 competence bonus against fear and frightened effects. Diary of a student of the great Xanthir the Plagued One. The new guy and his bloody candle stopped me from sleeping again last night. He's trying to get to grips with the ritual before the more advanced students. We'll see how well he studies after I've chucked all his candles in the latrine. Yesterday, we're loading crystals into the machine. Our teacher watched our every movement, and no wonder. None of us have successfully performed the transformation ritual without his oversight. The new boy opened his gob to say something, but the Plagued One shut him up quick. I think by sending one of his locusts under the new boy's skin. There's no time for chit-chat when you're working with the hindering crystals. They're worth as much as diamonds, and delivered here straight from the abyss. Everything was going fine, except the person in charge of the ritual supplies turned out to be an idiot, like all the ones before him. He forgot to do a quality check on our prime ingredient. Crystals can vary in quality, and transformation requires flawless specimens. One time some lumpin', dull-looking crystal found its way into the machine. The machine broke down, and the subject was blown to pieces. The Plagued One was raging. Once he calmed down and kicked the surviving students out of the lab, we were down by 4. Pity we didn't lose more. I really should smother an extra few of them some night when I get the chance. But I'll get to that later. Sometimes I think that what we're trying to do here is pointless. You have to actually be Xanthir the Plagued One to remember all the details and nuances of the transformation ritual. It's bad enough having to check the crystals, never mind having to hold in your mind all the correct proportions and minute calibrations of the machines. So far, not one of even the advanced students has completed the transformation process successfully. The demons come out broken, mad, or lame. Maybe I should sneak into the Plagued One's study again and read through his papers. Maybe I'll find something I can use as crib notes. The entries end here. This book grants a +1 competence bonus to fortitude saving throws against distorted demons.
This is my kind of work.
We got Touch of Mercy. A Falchion. Whenever this +4 bleed Falchion performs a critical hit on an already bleeding enemy whose hit points are below 80, it instantly kills the enemy.
I'm always ready. Impossible!
Oh, I actually clicked on my main character, I think, and have the whole party selected. A sarcophagus with a tight-fitting lid. It looks like it's getting regular use. You don't quite understand how.
It's time to act!
Eternal
Distract them for
Rose,
me.
I call upon you!
We do it my way.
Alright, well that's it.
Follow if you dare.
It's the Jerebreth's bedroom. Let's head back. I don't know if I've ever gone back out here to see if the Herald is still fighting the demons.
My skills
Alright, looks like they just cleared out of here, so we can leave and head back to Dresden. I still think that puzzle has one more solution. Did I try the original code backwards? Who did this one backwards? Did I do circle, square, 5, so 0, 4, 5, 3? What was the other one? Original code was, yeah, 3540. Before 036. Those 4036 is the second one. So if we go 6. I really thought there was another code. But maybe not. We can always come back. It doesn't get blocked off from us, so I can mull it over.
Should move.
Alright, let's get through this loading screen. Also, what did I just see on the map? The green right there. Well, cool. We have one more dungeon in Act 3 to take care of, and that'll take us directly into Act 4. They mentioned the Midnight Fane. Okay. It's forcing a random encounter on us. Which I guess is fair, because I think we have to talk to this other guy. Oh, that's foreign. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to call it here before we speak to him and deal with this ambush. Spoiler
I will
alert.
lend you my
At least we
aid.
teleported to it so we didn't lose all of our buffs. Also, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, let's swap these back.
I'll take care of it.
And then so we can get started right away next time. Let's do
I'm
this.
always ready.
Who, me?
And that.
The world has suffered enough. Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel
It's
better.
time to
All right.
act.
We should be ready to rock next time. But for now, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.